I'm going to try and give you an idea of what it's like to use LX. LX is a command that's quite similar to the old CPU or CPU commands from Plan 9, but the difference is that you're going to be running your commands on a Linux server. So here I run uname on Toseis, my Linux laptop. So there is a config file where you list all the servers you may want to connect to, but Toseis is my default. So I can just run a few commands there, any old command, more or less. Can run next client. Can run a browser from a bigger window. Now let's talk about directories. There is an option that you can use to say from which directory you want your command to start from. So, for example, if I do -c etc, xterm is starting from /etc on Linux. Okay, now something a bit funkier. I'm gonna move to a deeper directory. I'm here, seeing a few files, and I'm going to switch to the Linux side. So here I just got an RC shell on Linux, and I'm finding that I'm on Linux in the same directory as I was on Plan 9. And of course I'm seeing the same files. So the way it works is using on Plan 9 exportfs. Every time you run LX, exportfs is run, exporting the namespace of this specific process. And then on Linux, it's using 9pfuse, Linux mount namespaces, and bind mounts to make this work. So this is a bit complicated, but it's actually quite simple to use, to configure. So if we look at my LX config, so here I'm saying that by default, the Plan 9 directory USR is going to be visible to the Linux process under the same path. And that's something I've been using a lot, in particular when writing LX. LX is made up of a server running on, a client running on Plan 9 and a server running on Linux. So I've been doing the development full-time from Plan 9 as soon as LX was working well enough. So the way I drive from Plan 9 the build for both client and server is using this parent make file that runs mk to build the client and runs lx mk to build the server. And because when run through lx mk on Linux is seeing the same files that I'm seeing here on Plan 9, this remote build just worked in a pretty normal way, or completely normal way, should I say. Another example. Recently I decided to start learning Rust for work. And as you may know, Rust is not yet available on Plan 9. And as you may know as well, the command that you use to run, to build Rust projects is called cargo. Okay, this one is not very visual. So LX cargo is going to be compiling on Linux my files. just to make my life a tad easier, I created a trivial script called cargo that simply invokes lx cargo, and of course that means I can just use cargo, and I use cargo in the same way as I would on Linux. Something I've been doing just today, there is a program called Acme LSP that implements language server protocol support for Acme. This program is written in Go, and I'm running it, for now I'm running it from Plan9 itself. But to function, this program requires to, so needs language specific programs. So here GoPLS for Go projects and RLS for Rust projects. GoPLS I could have compiled it on Plan9, but I was just experimenting, so I just used the GoPLS binary from Linux, and I invoke it by just prefixing the command line with lx. And so a more interesting or useful real use case is RLS is not, of course, doesn't work on Plan9, but using it with lx just makes it work fine. So for example, I can just put my my cursor on a symbol, middle click on this, and I'm getting contextual information about the symbol. And this is actually a very good example, so Rust and Cargo, a good example of what I wanted when I started coding LX. Because when I first started using Plan9 maybe 3 months ago, I really loved it, but I was really frustrated to have to switch back to Linux all the time. So that was to run the browser, that was to run, to code on Linux, or use various utilities. And now, thanks to LX, I find that I'm sticking to Plan9 almost full time, and I'm really enjoying this.